All right, what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. So I made a video similar to like this, very controversial. The Bengals missing the playoffs. You know, that one, that's like the big hit or miss on this channel on one of my hot takes. But this one, I don't think it's such a hot take, especially since what the AFC is, especially what their division is looking like. The Chargers missing the playoffs. Now, I know there's a lot of Herbert guys out there who would love to be his second wife, and they imagine catching balls from him. And I'm not talking about footballs, but I'm not sold on the Chargers. I'm really not. Number one, let's talk about their head coach, Brandon Staley. I'm sorry. So many people have called for this guy to be fired. And I really haven't noticed it until that playoff game. Because once again, who cares about the Chargers? Unless you're talking about Justin Herbert and maybe Nick Bosa and Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen. And even some of those guys besides Justin Herbert, you really – not Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa. I'm sorry, the irrelevant Bosa, Joey Bosa. That's how irrelevant Nick Bosa – that's irrelevant how Joey Bosa is. He got replaced by his little brother. And that's how irrelevant the Chargers are. And do they still have Khalil Mack on that team? I don't know and I don't care, but – the Chargers are irrelevant, but people have been calling for Brandon Staley to be fired for years. And I didn't really make any big deal about it. I didn't really care. But now I see why he needs to be fired. There's no way, and I know this is last year, and I shouldn't be harping on last year, but I still can't get that fact that these guys blew a 27-0 lead to the Jacksonville Jaguars in the most humiliating fashion ever. People clown Matt Ryan and what's his name, Dan Quinn for 28-3. Can we clown Brandon Staley and Justin Herbert for that 27-0 lead that they blew? That is beyond. That is beyond. Wow. You know how many people tuned out? You know how many people got mad that they're some guys were mad that they spent all this money for that playoff game. Food was still hot. They were like, dang, this is a blowout. I don't care about this game. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, they came to play. They really came to play. When it comes to Brandon Staley, bro, there's no way you let that happen. You're control of the offense and the defense. You are the head coach. Run the ball. You have Austin Eckler back there. Why are you having Justin Herbert throw over the field like you guys are down 27-0? That made absolutely no sense to me, especially when we all know Justin Herbert is a very robotic, Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck-ish quarterback where, if it's alien, if he sees a defense that he's never seen to him, he thinks he's looking at ET or an alien from Area 51, and he's going to throw a pick somewhere and just keep running the same play. Brandon, that's on you. You need to step in and say, bro, we're up 27-0. Let me run the ball and take the air out the ball and burn clock. But instead, you're out there letting Justin Herbert throw all around the field. Like you guys are around, like you guys are down 27-0. That game is beyond me, and that's a fireable offense. That is a very, very fireable offense. Why didn't you guys go get Sean Payton? Why? Did you not? You don't want to give up the draft picks for Sean Payton? The Saints already said they're trading Sean Payton to the AFC. You guys are an AFC team. You guys have a quarterback who's talented, have a talented roster. You're in a division with now Sean Payton and Andy Reid. Why wouldn't you go get him? Why would you let him go to your division rival, who I got the Broncos making the playoffs, instead of you guys? Off the simple fact that Brandon Staley is an idiot. Well, not the simple fact, but the simple fact that Brandon Staley is an idiot. He's not done anything. You have a talented quarterback, a talented roster, and you made the playoffs once? You lost to that bum Derek Carr in 2021. In the couple years before that, you didn't make the playoffs. And this year, you made the playoffs and you lose? In the most embarrassing... If Justin Herbert would have had the playoff woes, his first time in the playoffs, he loses, it is what it is, fine, whatever. I can live with that. You guys were cooking in the first half. and just blew it because you guys are idiots. Chargers are going to charge. You guys are the Clippers of the NFL. And some of it has to go on Brandon Staley. But also, once again, all the Herbert guys, all the Herbert who want to, catch balls from Justin Herbert, not talking about footballs. I know they're gonna come in my comment section, but do you see how great he throws? He throws a beautiful ball, you know what I'm saying? And his footballs that he throws are pretty good too. I know you guys love Justin Herbert, but can we chill out on him? He kind of reminds me of Peyton Manning, Andrew Luckish. Like, very talented, has a great arm, cannon of an arm. But when he sees defenses that are so alien to him, that he's never seen before, instead of audibling to a run or rolling with punches, he just freezes up and throws picks. You saw it in the Jacksonville game. You saw it against the Raiders last year. I've seen it multiple times in Oregon and with the Chargers. He's talented. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Justin Herbert is talented. But the simple fact that everybody on their list has this guy top 10 is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. He is not top. I'm not top. Did I say top 10? I meant to say top 5. The simple fact that people have Justin Herbert in their top 5 is ridiculous. The guy has 0 playoff games. He's 0-1 in the playoffs. No. Hit Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Jalen Hurts. Yes, Jalen Hurts. Healthy Lamar Jackson. Trevor Lawrence. That's 6. That's literally 6 quarterbacks I just named that I'm taking above Justin Herbert right now. Can Justin Herbert overthrow that? Yeah, maybe. But at the same time, he has to prove it. But not only that, he has Sean Payton in his division or Russell Wilson. He has Andy Reid with, of course, the best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes. And now the AFC, Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, even though I don't believe in them, but it's still, you never know. The Bills, the Dolphins. You got the team that whooped you in the playoffs that came back 27-0, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are going to run their division. And not even to mention the North with the Browns, Ravens. And even though the Bengals, I don't have the Bengals making the playoffs, they're still going to be a tough outing. Steelers are always competitive. Like, you never know in the NFL. But with the Chargers, it's like you guys kept the same. Like, you kept Brandon Staley for what? When Sean Payton wanted to come to you guys. You were on Sean Payton's list. I don't care how many draft picks you got to give up. Go get Sean Payton. Guys got Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, and all them. And then you got Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, and Keenan Allen. Good offensive line. You didn't want to give up Sean Payton? Now you let him go to your rival? Listen, Chargers. I don't see it. I don't see it. Justin Herbert, great quarterback, too robotic, can't roll with punches. And after that devastating loss, that might take a hit in his mentality. And then also Brandon Staley, once again, not saying he's a bad coach, but I'm sorry, I don't see Brandon Staley leading this team to the Super Bowl, especially with all the coaches you have in the NFL. I mean, it's in the AFC, Sean Payton, Andy Reid. I'm trying to think who else. I'm forgetting the coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm forgetting his name. Kevin Stefanski. I know a lot of people are not sold on the Browns, but Kevin Stefanski, I think, is a good coach. John Harbaugh with the new offensive coordinator. Doug Peterson. I just really named off I really just named off 3 Super Bowl winning head coaches in the AFC alone. In the AFC alone. To be honest with you. Doug Peterson, Sean Payton, and Andy Reid. And do you think Brandon Staley's going to out-coach them in the playoffs? Like, for real, do you really think he's going to beat them? And once again, we've seen Justin Herbert in pressurized moments, whether it's against the Raiders or whether against the Jacksonville Jaguars, where there was no pressure. He put the pressure on himself for throwing interceptions. He put the pressure on not audibling and trying to roll with punches and lost. Talented quarterback, but at the same time, or you know what this is? He's probably Phillip Rivers 2.0. He's Phillip Rivers 2.0. Like, very talented, great arm and stuff, but he's not going to get it done. I mean, bro, you have Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen, and you still can't get it done? Good defense. Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, you still can't get it done? Chargers will miss the playoffs this year. I got Denver above them. I'll probably be making a video on that soon. But what's your thoughts on the Chargers? And what's your thoughts on Brandon Staley and Justin Herbert? And people are gonna say, well, what about the team? What about the team? Listen, the team is talented, but once again, the two most important things ever is the quarterback and the coach. When I don't believe in neither, I don't see a good I don't see a good recipe of going to the playoffs or being successful. But that's my thoughts. What are yours? RJ out.